streaming it also at 6:30. Yeah.
Okay, 9:49. Let's bring Whitney. You know, I saw this. There's a big move here to raise PPE supplies and also mask making. So I wanted to bring Whitney on here to close the show. Whitney, first of all, just tell us about what you guys are doing, who's doing it, and what you're asking for.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just working with a small group of concerned citizens, and we are doing kind of a variety of projects to help our hospitals and other local medical facilities make sure that they have adequate supplies of protective personal equipment, so like masks, gowns, gloves, face shields, caps, etc. So right now we've been collecting donations of masks and gloves and delivering them to the local hospitals. And we are also doing a mask making drive. So we've got some schematics that have been kind of tested by some of the local hospitals. And while homemade masks are not they're not ideal. It's much better to use a manufactured mask. We're kind of preparing for the contingency plan in case our hospitals do run out.
Right, and that seems to be a very real reality, unfortunately.
It's definitely happening in a lot of places. So we're hoping that we've been proactive enough here to kind of get a jump start on it and make sure that we have some supplies that are pre-positioned.
Whitney, where are you from? Are you with what organization, or is this something that you wanted to do on your own? You have a connection to a healthcare worker or first responder?
I do. I have a friend who's a nurse, and she kind of we were in it started with a WhatsApp group where a few of us started chatting about this issue, and then it kind of branched out to other people, and now there's a whole network of kind of volunteers. So it's not an official organization, but we've got a Facebook page, PPE for Guam.
Nice.
And that's mostly for the mask making, but we're still accepting donations. We've also started there's also a GoFundMe to raise money to purchase supplies to make PPE if people don't have it to donate. And that's one thing we've been finding is most people don't. Before this happened, most people didn't have these kind of materials in their homes.
So I'm curious who does have it and who has been donating.
Yeah, so a lot of some like local businesses, people you might not think of, like spas, salons, restaurants that have closed, tattoo parlors. These people all have to use PPE, so we have been able to get in touch with some of them. It is a little hard because a lot of these businesses are closed right now. So if any listeners know anyone who works at these type of businesses who might have supplies, it would be great if they could get in touch with us.
I know you guys are also doing the mask making. They're starting to ramp up the guidelines with the mask. We've seen it go one way or another, and I know that part of it was because they were anticipating a shortage, but it kind of looks like they're going to start advising everyone to just wear the mask, right?
That's what the president is considering.
Right. So that's really great that you're having this mask making thing. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I did want to ask you, you said your nurse was a friend, kind of what got this started. How is she doing these days, and what is she telling you about, how she's dealing with being at the front line?
I think she's tired, but I think she's pushing forward, and something that I've heard from her and the other medical workers that I know is that there's just incredible dedication by our healthcare workers who are really working around the clock to take care of people and make sure that this is managed as best as possible.
Well, any final words you'd like to say?
If any, listeners have any donations, we can be reached at 686-1699 or ppe4guam@gmail.com.
Thank you so much, Whitney. And
thanks, Whitney.
You got my number. You just call us anytime you want to update, or if you're going to start, asking about different donations or anything, just let us know, okay?
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Have a great
Be
day.
safe.
All right.
Bye.
Hey, there was a similar effort that I just wanted to really give a big thank you to Maria Leon Guerrero. With some St. John's alumni, they were able to do a GoFundMe The info here, they raised over $9,000.
Wow.
They were able to purchase a significant amount of PPEs for the hospital to include face shields, surgical masks, N95 masks, and hand sanitizer. She also writes she understands that the hospital's pending supply orders will be filled in the next couple of days. So, wow, that's just crazy to see people doing what they need to do, stepping up.
And really, we're just at the beginning of this, as we've heard from Dr. Cabrera. So your donations are desperately needed now so that we can